After discussing the interpreting film as a popular media, it is important to put into proper context some issues related to the popularization of film as a cultural industry. There is a need to root the study of the popularization of film from the time of its arrival in the Philippines. Historically, it is clear that the U.S. colonial context of film technology was introduced and built by the Americans to their political interests of conquest. In the article, ang pelikulang bilang pabaong Amerikano at Inobasyong Pilipino by Rolando Tolentino, 2008. The history of the film and the use of this machinery by the colonialists in maintaining their control and spreading the political ideology, or summarize. The history of Filipino film caused by the beginning and the end of American colonialism is the historical politics and political ideology. The same was done by the post-war appeasement and being global dominance of Hollywood film is two things. First, the weakening of the local industry of many countries, including the Philippines, in the late 1990 and the takeover of Hollywood not only at the box office but also the making of local films in narrative convention of Hollywood films. Second is Hollywood intensifying soft-selling of American ideology that used to favor the Cold War that has become the current neoliberal rhetorics or the successful ideological cover of American pragmatic ideology in its global war on terror that has left this country as remaining global hegemon in military matters. Tolentino added the U.S. colonial project has always been integral in all periods of film development in the Philippines because there was no resistance from the national government and the industry itself to relinquish its control. Film in the country is considered to have for golden period that will see the continuation of film adaptation to the trend imposed by the conqueror. Although, on the other hand, the industry is also opening efforts to create an alternative potential. Lumbero 2005 agrees with this optimistic view of film's ability to create an alternative and liberating space despite its historical roots and strong colonial legacy in this field. It film is created by filmmakers who have become creators in the shadow of the cultural heritage of history, a culture that possesses elements that are sometimes patriotic and sometimes colonial. The aforementioned Filipino scholars proved the value of historical studies in the development of popular media such as film to be aware of the underlying motives for the introduction of these machines in our culture and the methods and goals in spreading it. Attached to the historical reflection on the origins of film in the Filipino experience, the critical exchange on the promoted dominant politics, the ideology in the operation of the entire film industry. Tara Eagleton in Santiago 1995 defined ideology as a system of thought, action, behavior, belief, worship related to power structure in society. The cinema combined narrative and spectacle to tell the story of colonialism from a colonizer perspective. Those dominant cinema has spoken for the winners of history in film which idealized the colonial enterprise as philanthropic, civilizing mission motivated by the star to push back the frontiers of ignorance, disease, and tyranny. Even the usual problem with the accusation of mocking the superficiality of our films is the ideological matter. In the article, ang pelikula sa Lipunang Pilipino, ang Lipunang Pilipino sa pelikula ni Buenvenido Lumbera, 2005. An attempt was made to root out the source of such a problem regarding the nature of our film within the existing social conditions, apart from the aforementioned issue of the Western imposition of standard on our film which is always integral to the industry. Lumbera believes that there are large powerful forces in our society that stamp the five goals of our film, he said.